Just before 2020, I bought my Sportster to turn into a Scrambler. Shortly after, into 2021, there were plans made to go on the MABDR with a group of other builders. I never imagined myself building a motorcycle for a trip like this. At the time, I thought it was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and after the trip, I realized I could do these anytime I wanted to. And now all I really think about is refining the motorcycle, building it better, and going back out and finishing what the group did not. We managed to finish about 2 sections of 9 out of the entire trip. And I've definitely had my sights on going back and experiencing the rest. So it's been a while since I've posted anything with the Sportster, and I've talked about it a couple times, but I think it's finally time to address that again because it's been so long. Back in August, I think it was, I had a electrical failure in the front end of the headlight. So I basically just parked the bike and decided I was just going to take down the bike and redo a lot of things on it over this winter. It's been a couple of months now, and I've slowly collected a couple of parts, and I think I'm about ready to start tearing into it again. It's funny, this will be my 3rd time kind of reinventing the bike in a way, or adding on to it. I feel like I'm ready. It's been a rough summer with travel, and then personal job is just taking a lot of my time, a lot of my energy. And I just, hopefully I can kind of find some solace in the garage time out here this time. So, what are my plans? I'll bring you a little closer. So we're going to be doing full custom mounts here to move all my foot controls down here. This will give me a better stance to stand on the motorcycle and a little bit more leg room. So I'll have to create a whole bracket here that moves all this down. I'll probably have to do a whole new brake line, quite possibly. It'll be a project. On top of that, I'm doing a whole new exhaust. This worked well for my first time making an exhaust, but it eliminates the possibility of larger saddlebags. Even double wrapping the exhaust here, I feel like contributed to vapor locking a lot. It'll just be nice to move the heat away from me as well for going slower speeds off-road. So my plan is to run the pipes out around here, bring this pipe in here or possibly around, bring it under. This is where I'll have to kind of make this part first. I'll have to engineer this part first and then design the exhaust around this. And I have a whole new muffler and everything to build. So I have quite a bit of work to do. Additionally, I've got new tires. Also on that whole project list is I've got 4-inch risers for the handlebars. I'm going to be remaking these bark busters. I'm doing away with the mirrors. As you can see, they're loose now. They won't stay tight. Doesn't matter what I do, so I'm just completely abandoning this. Churn signals are coming out. They're coming down here. So I'll have a lot of work up here to do as well. So there's quite a bit of work for me to do. Currently the tank is off because I was tracking the electrical issues and I've deemed it to be a broken wire in the handlebars at this time. So that's what I'm going to run with for now, and I'm 99.9% sure that's the problem. In addition to the handlebars and the foot controls and the exhaust, I'm going to be redoing my entire luggage rack. I am also looking for new rear shocks. I mean, I've kind of researched a little bit of Legends and a few other companies, but no one really makes a shock that can absorb heavy impacts very well. Everyone keeps telling me to look into Öhlins, and I would love to do that, but I cannot afford a $1,000 set of rear shocks just to absorb a few bumps better here and there. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. I don't know if I can find a set of used ones maybe for cheaper or what. My options of finding sponsors, very slim, but I'm not asking for handouts either. So I think for now I'm just probably going to run these for a little bit longer. Maybe in the future when I'm really invested into this bike, maybe I'll invest into a really nice set of rear shocks. So I plan on redoing all the luggage back here. I want to actually do dual fuel cans possibly, and then be able to store saddlebags on the outside of those. I might redo the luggage rack, I'm not sure yet. I guess I'll decide once I get there. Now that I've kind of discovered the solution to riding long term for me, of having a good lower back support, I was running with a giant duffel bag as my back support. And this worked for a couple different bikes, and it proved worthy riding down to Florida and back. Saved me. I don't know if I want to keep running the duffel bag or maybe move my factory backrest up behind my Saddlemen. If I did that, I mean, I could probably create some custom plates up here, mount it up, maybe put on like quick detach connectors or something. I'm not sure yet. I would like to have that lower back support. I know going off-road with the way you want to shift your weight around and whatnot probably isn't an idea, but it's what has to work for me in my condition, so it's what I might end up doing. So unfortunately now I need to start pulling parts off. It kills me to do this because it brought me so much satisfaction and happiness when I finished this bike at the beginning of the spring actually, and already within the same year I'm taking it back down. So let's get started. So I am quite excited. These are my new tires. These just came out actually when I did my trip to the MABDR, and these are the new Kendas. And these were a matching set for all my guys out there that want to keep their mag wheels and run some good 50/50s. They're here now. So I'm quite excited to get those mounted up. I'm sure you saw my old muffler I took off. This thing had baffling inside, and then I welded another one inside, and then it's crazy that this only has about 2,000 miles on it. So I'm quite excited for my new muffler, which I'll show you here. So this is a Super Trap. So I was trying to find a higher grade muffler that would quiet the bike down a little bit more. It's still pretty too loud for me for going off-road and how stealthy I wanted to be. The big appeal to Super Traps is they actually have discs that you can put on the end here. And I was always under the impression that the more discs you had, the quieter it would be, but it's actually the opposite. You take them out to make it quieter. And the cool thing about this too is it kind of like tunes your bike as well without actually rejetting in a way. So that's pretty cool. So that'll be something I'm super excited to build my new exhaust up to. Well, I figured out my headlight wiring issue. I went ahead and installed the riser just because I was going to be up there messing with everything anyways. And I figured I should probably fix this before I go any further. Unfortunately, I found out that it's the relays that I'm using that power my GPS and my fog lights. What I can't figure out is why it started doing it after 1,500, 2,000 miles. All of a sudden it started affecting that fuse. Not sure why. I guess I'll have to figure out a new trigger wire that will activate the relays. I think this is a good stopping place right now. I don't know what the deal was with the exhaust. I could not get it off. It didn't go on that hard. I don't know if it was heat warped or what after the trip. All I know is the new exhaust is going to be made much easier to take on and off, not so confined and tight. I've got a lot of things to figure out up here with the GPS and the mount, and the electric heater just kicked back on. I haven't even started on my foot controls, so that will be a future endeavor. If you enjoyed this, thank you for watching, and until next time, take it easy.